You're welcome back to the Gavel. Now, with all the drama that went with the confirmation hearing of the ministers, you would think that that was the only activity which lawmakers in the upper chamber handled, while the Senate also confirmed the nomination of the chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, as well as INEC commissioners.
His tenure came to an end. He bowed out, and the big question of who will fill the shoes they left behind was rampant. The Council of State last week agreed on the nomination of 6 people into the leadership of the electoral body, with Professor Mahmoud Yakubu named as the INEC chairman. The 6 appeared before the Senate for screening. 4 were the 5 nominated as national commissioners. They speak on what they believe are needed efforts to help INEC consolidate on the successes of the past.
The whole world has gone fully technology.
We need to involve the public more, educate them, and involve them more into our electoral process.
After the first 5 nominees were grilled, the candidate for the INEC chairman position enters into the chamber. Another professor tipped to be the next INEC chairman, but the senators won't allow him an easy passage before he takes the traditional bow. Questions.
What would you do in the elections that are coming before the general election in testing some of the policies that will come up?
And more questions. But it appears the professor is equal to the task.
Are you going to ensure that the instruments of coercion, which is today monopolized only by the federal government, is not used to intimidate the opposition? Because we will never have democracy until we have a defender opposition.
I want to assure distinguished senators and Nigerians that no election ever under my watch will be won and lost at INEC headquarters. If you want to win elections, go and canvass for the voice of the Nigerian people. Our responsibility is to protect the interest, integrity, and sanctity of the decisions taken by Nigerians. Never again will elections be won and lost at the INEC headquarters, at the headquarters of the state electoral commissions, and by the EOs in the local governments. This will be a thing of the past.
The first hurdle crossed, but the reality will perhaps set in when the professor takes over as the commission's new boss. The Kogi and Bayelsa elections will stand as a litmus test for him.
The House of Representatives on October 22nd announced the composition of the various standing committees in the House. Following the announcement, reactions have continued to trail the announcement of the composition of the standing committees by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara. Now, some lawmakers allege that the Speaker appears to have favored lawmakers from the opposition party, the PDP, at the expense of the ruling party, the All Progressive Congress APC. However, some other lawmakers say the selection of a chairman of the standing committees followed due process and was in line with the principles of federal character.
Committee on Agricultural Production and Services, Chairman Honorable M.T. Monguno.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives announcing the names of a chairman and deputy chairman of standing committees of the House. It's a development that appears to be causing ripples in the House. A breakdown of the chairmanship slots showed that the majority party, the All Progressive Congress, got 48 slots, while the opposition parties will chair 47 committees, with the People's Democratic Party, PDP, having 45 slots, Social Democratic Party, SDP, and the All Progressive Grand Alliance, APGA, to chair 1 committee each. Some lawmakers say the distribution appears to favor the People's Democratic Party. Some lawmakers, however, disagree.
When we say due process was actually followed. We statistically ensure that every member in the House of Representatives has at least 2 grade A committees.
As formulated by the Speaker as a blueprint, the legislative agenda, which we all adopted. And part of it is that in sharing of the committee's membership and chairmanship, that certain factors have to be considered. And these factors has to go through the constitutional provisions of federal character, experience, and spread across political parties.
The truth about it is this. I think that the leadership considered a few things, putting square pegs in square holes and round pegs in round holes. You don't expect that because of patronage, delivery, which is what is sought for, should be compromised.
The lawmakers say the Speaker acted in line with the rules of the House and warned against any disagreement in the chamber.
What is the percentage of the number of reps that are elected under the platform of APC? What is the percentage of members that are elected under PDP and other parties? As it were that the Speaker has appointed chairmanship of parties, I'm not holding for any political party, but APC has the majority of chairmanship.
It's normal that people will disagree over issues, but the standing rules of the House has been amended properly to take care of people who come there to behave in an untoward manner.
The spokesman of the House of Representatives says the distribution of the committees was a collective decision of the House leadership, which was taken in the best interest of the House. He said the leadership looks forward to a united 8th House of Representatives. An indication that lawmakers are not pleased with the composition of standing committees of the House of Representatives occurred in plenary as the immediate past Deputy Minority Whip of the House of Representatives, Representative Mohammed Dati, formally rejected the chairmanship of the House Committee on Solid Minerals offered him by Speaker Yakubu Dogara.
The Democrat who believes in consultation, and as a former member of Body of Principal Officers of this House, so I was never consulted before my name was announced. Before my name was announced as Chairman Committee on Solid Minerals Development. I think the importance of committee chairman is to assist the Speaker in running of this House. I think I should be consulted. I have my own principle, but I was not consulted. For that reason, Mr. Speaker, I will use this opportunity to withdraw my chairmanship as the chairman of Solid Minerals Development.
When Mr. Speaker comes back from his journey, you go and approach Mr. Speaker. But the order you cited, my ruling is I rule you out of order.
On Thursday, a second lawmaker also rejected the position given to him by the Speaker as a deputy chairman of the House Committee on Special Duties. Representative Sunday Adepoju of the APC rose in plenary to reject the position, but was prevented from doing so by the presiding officer, Deputy Speaker Yusuf Lasun, who ruled him out of order. Speaking later, the lawmaker said he rejected the position in protest against the manner of the sharing of the committees, which was done to the detriment of the APC.
We have program of our party, and you know, in a democracy like this, if your party are not given key positions that can drive the idea and the objective of the party, you are heading towards doom. You look at the things that can affect the economy, that can make things happen. Would the opposition talk good of my governors or the president? Would they talk good of our party? They'll be looking for ways of destroying our party. Can they go with our policies and programs? Do you expect somebody who is in opposition to say anything good about Buhari? To say anything good about APC? Surely not. We were in the opposition the other time, and we know how this worked. How do we come to this level that in the House, where we are the majority, will be shortchanged and put in position where we will not be able to influence any program, any policy of the government?